Kanze Dena na mbali na vile kuwa mtangazaji kwenye runinga.
In early June, career broadcast journalist Kanze Dena was appointed as the new Deputy State House spokesperson and Deputy Head of the Presidential Strategic Communication Unit, PSCU. In this newly created position, according to a statement sent to newsrooms by the Chief of Staff and Head of the President's Delivery Unit, Nzioka Waiter, Kanze Dena's role was to take leadership and put focus on President Uhuru's brand positioning, messaging and media relations with respect to realizing the Big Four agenda.
President Uhuru Kenyatta yupo kazini hapa.
39-year-old Kanze Dena took up this position deputizing the then State House spokesperson Manoa Esipisu. At the same time, the Director of Press at State House, Munira Mohammed, also a former journalist, was promoted to Deputy Head of the PSCU and Head of the Presidential Library. Munira's role, among others, was to develop storylines and themes for both permanent and temporary public exhibitions, do research and collect material relevant to the Presidential Library. The statement went on to say that President Uhuru Kenyatta believed the two women leaders would bring diversity, dynamism and infuse new energy into the PSU while improving overall media relations with external stakeholders.
Nina mambo mawili ambayo ningependa kuwaeleza kwa wakati huu.
Critics were quick to note that the appointment of the two deputies was a strategic move in the succession plan at the PSCU. Although State House downplayed this narrative, in October, the head of state confirmed Kanze Dena to the position of State House spokesperson and head of the President's Strategic Communication Unit, PSCU. This move followed the appointment of her predecessor, Manoa Esipisu, as Kenya's envoy to the United Kingdom in July of this year. This earned Kanze Dena a spot in the history books as the first female State House spokesperson and head of PSCU in Kenya. July 2018 had another trailblazer making it into the history books. Fatuma Ahmed Gaiti became the first woman to be promoted to a Major General in the Kenya Defence Forces. Her promotion also included her role as Assistant Chief of the Defence Forces for Personnel and Logistics.
It is my pride and joy today. I'm looking to you and counting on you to be a positive role model to other women in this republic and to show and to prove to them that there is no limits for the Kenyan women and everything is possible.
Her 30-year-old journey to the highest-ranking female in the Kenya Defence Forces had been given a boost in August of 2015, where she was posted as the country's first female Army Brigadier. This subsequently earned her a Head of State commendation in December of 2017.
Nina furaha isiyo na kifani, manake inaonyesha sisi kina mama twaweza pia kuchangia katika mikakati ya usalama ya nchi hii.
Though there was a lot to appreciate in terms of talent at the Music Festival Winners Gala in Nyeri this August, a lot of chatter was around President Uhuru Kenyatta's new deputy aide-de-camp. Lieutenant Colonel Rachel Nduta Kamoi of the Kenya Air Force calmly shadowed the head of state, a position that most associate with men as the first ever female aide-de-camp in the history of the country. Colonel Nduta was appointed to work alongside her Navy counterpart Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Lekolol, who also became President Uhuru's personal assistant, helping him on security matters, protocol and matters of military tradition. Still on firsts, in August, President Uhuru Kenyatta hosted women from both the private and the public sector at State House, Nairobi.
President, I'm greatly honored that you made time from your very busy schedule to grace this wonderful occasion on this wonderful day on which we are celebrating the women trailblazers of Kenya and the launching of my book. It is possible.
He took the opportunity to honor over 20 women trailblazers with highest civilian awards in recognition of their various contributions to socio-economic and political spheres in Kenya.
Our mothers have been involved in Kenya's history at every stage of forging and building this nation.
Strides that the head of state agreed needed to be boosted by bridging the gender parity gap.
I do agree that it still remains for us to keep fighting for the 2/3 gender rule so that we ensure that none is left behind.
And the legislative proposal to enable the implementation of not more than 2/3 gender rule is now 8 years, Mr. Speaker, and it has not been passed.
Though the president and ODM leader Raila Odinga threw their weight behind the 2/3 gender rule that came up in Parliament for a third time, voting of the same was postponed due to a lack of quorum. With the next attempt coming up in February 2019, the jury is still out if this will be realized during President Kenyatta's final term in office. Gladys Gashanja, NTV.